From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. The punter, Jack Fox, to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And he gets crunched by a big hit right at the 25 to end that return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play is to the air. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. And now they face second down.
Okay, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They go play action here. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Knowing how our wonderful EA Sports team and director does his job, we're going to see a replay real quick here, Kate, and I want to see that moment of truth, that panic in the QB's eyes. You run that bootleg, you're out there alone, you got to make something happen, or you could take a risk like that, a huge sack for this defense.
Slot man motioned over. Trying again, following the sack. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense, where credit is due.
He's contained at the line for no gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Here's a throw. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. And he officially gets them into the red zone before going out at the 20. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down. Man in motion out of the slot. On first down, they'll run. And he's able to push this down to the 12. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by TJ Reed. 40. At the 20. And he's going to go. It's a pick six. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick six starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have. Boy, can it set a tone early.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Returning it from the 4. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Terrion Arnold in on the stop. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Motioning the tight end left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender waiting that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that one scored as a massive 67-yard effort. And the Lions will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Purdy throwing here to start. Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Second and 13. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On 3rd down, Purdy. St. Brown's got it, complete. He goes out a little short of the 40. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the gut they go with Gibbs. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Robbie Okereke making that stop. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and beginning the second quarter. Lions in possession. They're advancing it well as they face second down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on second and goal.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Complete on the option. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. And this defense better find some answers for this playmaker.
This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. This is complete to Neighbors. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Alex Anzalone there on the stop.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. Easy way to do it, catches just like that. Going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running back sent in motion. From the 22 on second down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing from the gun here. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
First and goal. Here's Gibbs. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now try Gibbs again. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Give him 4 yards, and they're sitting on 3rd and goal now.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun. It's Purdy. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions take a 20-zip lead. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return.
At their own 24-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's complete to Darius Slayton. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Motion man is the tight end here, going left. Here's 2nd and 2. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
With all these collisions these running backs take between the tackles, sure nice to get a little crease on the outside, get that open field, and let these runners do their thing.
On 2nd and 5 now. Neighbors with a catch. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The Giants using their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Giants chop some of the lead off before the half. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here, running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in, finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
That one right down the middle. And the Giants get it back to a 14-point game. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he gets up for a gain of about 4. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Looking to throw. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Giants are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Purdy on 1st down. Taking his shot deep down the field it goes. That's intercepted near the sideline. Paulson Adebo's got it. And the Giants take over on his 5th interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Short pass brought in. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Space past the 35. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. They kick the running back in motion. Working inside the red zone. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Jack Campbell at the INT. And the Lions will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football's the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Again, it's Gibbs. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger... Later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another one for Gibbs. And he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. Call it no gain on the play, and that brings up 3rd and 9. From the gun is Purdy. This is complete to Gibbs. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be first down, Detroit.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers, or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Defense still reeling from that last play. Now they're defending first and goal from the 3. Gibbs has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. This one not... Trying again from the 2. It's second and goal. Looking to throw, Purdy. And he will score. It's a Detroit touchdown. The Lions have likely locked up the win right there. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Bates tacks on the extra point. And the Lions stretch their lead to 21.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Returnable from the 1. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Tyrone Tracy on the return. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it second and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He finds Slayton. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Play action on first down. Finds him on the crossing route. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Slot man motioned over. To the air now on 1st and 10. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And in, touchdown, New York! Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Giants get it back to a 14-point game.
Giants 14. Matt Gay set to kick off.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
On 3rd down, Purdy. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that gives the Lions the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10 now. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And this one does not go far. Working quickly here.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants' 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions very close to an 11th win this season. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. Big gap up the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's another Lions. First down and goal to go.
Gibbs is in for the Detroit touchdown. The Lions making a 3-score game in the fourth. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Jeff Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Fox now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. Returns looking good so far. And he gets him into a good spot, just a yard or two shy of the 40-yard line.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Gets this to Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one hits for 30, and it's good enough for a New York first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions get it back after making their third first-half interception.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
On first down, it's Gibbs. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
So in Motor City, it's a home win for the Lions. And they're able